My role in the Jeannie Hopkins Lucas study is I'm a breast cancer advocate, and I basically come and get information about all the studies that the group is doing, recruiting African American women and other women to find out what is causing breast cancer in North Carolina, whether it be environmental or genetic.
And my role in the Jeannie Lucas study is to be an advisor and maybe even a consultant. Because I am a breast cancer survivor, I think that maybe I would like to say a special insight into maybe our feelings, what African Americans think, how you feel after diagnosis, and maybe some of the questions that are on this survey, make sure that they are culturally sensitive. And the incidence rates are coming down, but African American women are still dying of the disease. And so it's very important for us to find out what is causing it and why are we dying at what I call a disproportionate rate. And so what can we do to help other women and maybe even decrease the incidence rate, at least the mortality rates. Yeah.
It's not older women anymore. We're seeing younger women with aggressive breast cancer that are dying, so we can target and find out why this is happening. Because they're always saying, well, you don't need to get a mammogram until you've what, 50?
50 now.
But that's not true.
Yeah.
So we're seeing a lot of changes going on in the African American community, especially.
Especially when I think about the African American community, so when you say research and study, it's always been frightening and people say, I don't want to be a part of a study. But if you look at your life and how it will affect your children or your grandchildren, I think it's very important for us to get involved. And then if someone is pursuing you and asking you to be a part of a study, then that should be a clue to you that that is very important and that people want to do something to help change your life. What we're trying to do is study to find out what kind of cause and effect things are going on in the African American community. And it's not anything you should be frightened about.
It's great working with Bob. He has so much passion, like you were saying, to find out and maybe help eradicate breast cancer in any community. I'm just really proud to be part of the Carolina Breast Cancer Study. He is really dedicated his life, it seems, to to women, to try to keep women healthy. I really admire him, for that. It's just really something that you don't see most men involved.
And he makes us feel like we are part of the team, that our opinion really counts. So sometimes we're at the meetings and a couple of ideas are thrown out and he'll say, well, what do you all think about that? And that just makes you feel like, oh my, I am important. This is, he does value our opinion, and that just makes you feel like that you are part of the study. So when the results come out, you can say to your friends and your children, I was a part of that. My opinion counted. So I just can't say enough good things about Bob. He's just, any other study that he's involved in, I would not hesitate at all to be a part of, because he's really made us feel welcome. I hope that we can find out what the causes are. Is it environmental? Is it what we're eating? Is it where we live? Just all of those different factors. And maybe with those factors, we can find some ways that even if we can't eradicate it in our lifetime, that maybe we can at least find cancers earlier than we have been, which will then, increase a lot of people's survivorship.
My hope is for women to continue to be involved in the study, because across the board it's going to be very important in the future. The more women that we get involved, the more tests that can be run, we can get a lot more answers that way. So I'm just really enthusiastic about the future.
Yeah.